probably the worst maid of honor. Ericka asked me to be her maid of honor in November, and said I should start preparing my speech. So I started yesterday morning before we left for the venue. Ericka basically had two roles for her wedding, one being the bride, of course, and the other was fulfilling my role as maid of honor. I think it's safe to say she killed it. I've always looked up to my sister, and I still do. She's always been there for me no matter what, no matter how difficult I may be. She's compassionate, motivated, loving, and very stubborn. As for Alex, well, my feelings towards him have been very back and forth. The first night I met Alex, he was coming to my parents' house for dinner. Ericka was stressing out that we'd embarrass her and made it very clear not to burp because he thinks it's gross. We're off to a rough start. A few months go by, and it's clear that my sister is happy and being taken care of, even though at the time they were 7 hours apart. He's always made it a priority to see her, and it's very apparent he was putting tons of effort into their relationship. Obviously, I was starting to think, okay, I guess he's not that bad. For those of you who don't know, my sister and I are 5 years apart because my parents thought that'd be a perfect age gap to ensure we wouldn't fight, and boy, were they wrong. It had gotten to the point where my parents had to separate us. If one of us was in the living room, the other one could not go downstairs. When we're at family parties, we were never allowed in the same room. Fast forward to Ericka moving to Jersey with Alex, bam, we get along. I was so thankful that Alex took my sister away from me because I truly believe that was the reason we finally started to like each other. Well, then I started not to like Alex because he took my sister 7 hours away. After a few years, they bought a house in Pennsylvania, and I guess since they moved 5 hours closer to us, Alex wasn't bad after all. Fast forward to just a few weeks ago, I was telling Ericka how awesome it would be for them to move back to Amherst. She kept saying that she wanted to start their family right after the wedding, and I refused to have my niece or nephew that far away. I started telling Ericka all of the cons of being so far and all of the pros there would be if she moved back. She obviously knew I was right, meaning Alex was the only one who needed convincing. Long story short, 3 days ago, Alex and Ericka kicked me out of my room so they could move in. Welcome home. I think it's safe to say I approve. I know how excited he is to have another sister. Please join me in raising a glass to my best friend and hers. Wishing them a lifetime of happiness to two of the most deserving people. To Alex and Ericka Odor.
What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great time celebrating Alex and Ericka's special night. I'm Alex's one and only younger brother, for those of you that do not know. Therefore, I had the pleasure of growing up and sharing many fun life experiences with Alex, and maybe more importantly, being able to learn from his mistakes, which means I learned a hell of a lot. Although I did learn from some of his good quality traits, like one major example, which is how to be courageous. The most recent example of him being courageous is by him choosing and trusting me, of all people, to speak about him at his wedding. So I'm sincerely flattered that you picked me, Alex. But being that I'm your only brother, I don't feel all that special. Because I know you didn't have much of a choice to choose me as your best man. Now, before I shed a tear and get into the lovey-dovey part of my speech, I'd like to say a few well-deserved thank yous. First, thank you to Ericka and her family for finding this beautiful venue and putting together the majority of this wedding. Another big thank you to my father for supplying the booze and being able to have this open bar night. Only one could guess why he got put in charge of that. Dad, I hope you can keep it together tonight, buddy. And finally, thank you to Alex, who did the bare minimum to help set up this wedding. In fact, he even decided to go to Georgia for 2 months for school, while everyone else made sure the wedding was good to go forward. Hey Alex, I give you props though, bro. That's a hell of an idea to not have to deal with wedding planning and are you sure this is going to work out type of questions. Now, I can't tell too many stories of Alex and I growing up because I wouldn't want to incriminate ourselves and scare everyone. Plus, we want my mom and dad to be happy for Alex tonight instead of wanting to kill him. In fact, if you want to hear any of those stories I can't tell tonight, Go to that man right over there, Colt Schuler. He knows a good story or two and isn't too innocent himself. But what I will say is growing up with Alex was very fun and eventful, and we were still doing almost the same things we did back in the day. Like wrestling in the living room every day until my dad came home from work and complained about every chore we didn't do. Or like us playing one-on-one basketball against each other and every game ended in a fight. Or even like us going fishing for hours at the creek and digging up worms to use as bait. But whether it be fishing, hunting, wrestling, or drinking Coors Light and Mom Smirnoff's upstairs in our bedrooms on a school night, I'm most thankful for having him as the best friend I had to grow up with. As we get older and don't have as much time to do all of our fun hobbies together, I'm glad he has someone like Ericka to be by his side where they can bond and create memories of their own. Ericka's a warm-hearted, caring, hard-working, and adventurous young lady that currently does and will continue keeping Alex in check. If there was one match made in heaven, it is definitely them. From Alex teaching Ericka how to hunt, and Ericka teaching Alex how to take care of a do-it-yourself chicken coop. They really are meant to be together. But in all seriousness, Ericka, I am happy you're officially a part of the family now, and I hope you and Alex continue your wonderful, loving, and adventurous relationship. Cheers.